Internet. Thank you for joining us and welcome back. I'm Beans.
And I'm Apples.
Oh, and if you have seen our channel before, oh my gosh, Apples, I'm looking right at you, dude.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy. That's right. We got the Bean POV going on. So lately, we've been working on this little coastal town. It's going really great. First, we started with this pink building, kind of like fish market, and then we expanded over here with the coffee shop and the ice house. We had like a little facade going on. Behind the coffee shop and the ice house, it was just straight vanilla terrain, flat and kind of sad. So we needed to address the issue. So we went ahead and Apples did so much terraforming, and then I added this waterfall, and I wanted to make a little water feature. So we got the pond straight into the ocean through this little outlet. And Apples, tell us about your wonderful terraforming.
Oh yeah, we've been very, very busy terraforming. We kind of covered this entire back vanilla wall in just rock and stone and dirt and all that good stuff. Kind of trying to stick with the vanilla terrain just a little bit, contouring the lines and all that kind of stuff. We also did a lot of work back here, adding all of these new custom trees like Jeffrey pines and California incense cedars, and we also covered the entire place in foliage. But all of that is complementing this general store that we also built last episode. But as Bean was saying, we worked inland in the last episode. We've been constantly expanding inwards into the vanilla landscape, and it's been going really, really well. But if we kind of come over here, you'll see some plants marked out. And that's because we need to start expanding into the ocean. After all, this is a coastal town. So we need to expand into the ocean, have all sorts of shops and fishing and boats and etc. and all of that good stuff. So we have some pretty big plans for this episode. First off, I kind of want to explain our thought process behind what we got going on here. As Bean was saying, we have been slowly developing this coastline. We've been adding docks and retaining walls and all sorts of, good stuff. So I want to start bringing this dock up and around and then out. I think bringing it out over to here, out into the water, is pretty neat because they'll start to create this little bay area where ships can go in and out and goods can be traded and all sorts of that good stuff. We also will need to dredge out these two very large sandbars because they don't look very good and boats and stuff will get stuck on them, and we need a way to connect this dock to the dock that we're going to put here. Oh my gosh, look at the fishes. We also need to do some terraforming as well because terraforming each episode, complete necessity. Fortunately for you guys, we actually had all of the materials just laying around for this kind of wharf thing we got going on. So let's just jump right into that. Oh my gosh. The aircraft carrier, the airport, what even is this thing, dude? The
runway.
The runway. Yeah, dude, this thing is finally done, but actually it turns out it's none of those. It's a wharf. Wow, I think I told you at the beginning of the episode, but I'm a jokester, what can I say? If we look at it, it's pretty sweet. If we go back way over here, the far end of the bay, you'll see that it's really dark underneath. Bean and I did that because if we just used spruce and oak and mahogany and all that good stuff, it would look bright under there, and that would be kind of weird because this thing is very thick, it's very wide. So we used nether brick and black stone and dark oak this time, just because it's got this overhang, and making it look really nice and dark in there with those blocks I think is a pretty nice touch. I think it's called light baking. I think that's the official term, but I do not know. But we also did a little bit more. I dredged out this whole thing down here. And that's pretty sweet. That gives it like this pretty nice effect. It looks a little bit deeper. I think it kind of looks a little weird because it's really flat.
Is
And
it
I
gonna be
want to
flat forever?
I don't really want to be flat forever. I want to cover the entire bottom in mud, but that's like, is that like worth it? You know, like I don't know. It could be kind of sweet, but it also has some like secrets. You know, we come down here and I go into free cam. This like area or this dock was meeting the wharf was kind of funny looking. It was a corner and needed to go up, and with a bunch of water underneath there and these like just long pillars, it looked a little funny. So we built a little terrain here, you know, just using the same block palette that we got going on up there. And if we come in here, just past the bushes, there's a little homeless encampment, dude. With your sleeping bag and your campfire and your bev. It's pretty nice, dude.
Yeah, in memoration to the shanty that used to be right here in this very location.
It was just like this old like shack. Very beginner shack. It was pretty nice though. We come up the ladder, you know, always gotta put ladders for the safety. We also added this little hill here and this wall, and we kind of finished this thing over here. We actually like, we didn't finish it, but like we topped it off, I guess. And we built this staircase, and we did not build a railing because I want something cool for that.
It was hard.
It was hard. And we also built this like little retaining fence thing with the anvils and carpet combination that we got going on over there. I think it's pretty cool. Just helps, you know, divide the dirt to this more industrial thing. And then you can kind of see dirt's leaking in a little bit.
Yeah, and then if you go where the fence actually is, you'll see that we're using stairs here as a little indent in the floor. Think about like, what if the water were to get on here? You know?
Yeah, during a rainy day.
Yeah, the water was on here, and it can't just sit on here, so it's got to drain somewhere. So think of this area like a little gutter. It looks really nice when you're standing like right here, where you can just see just a little bit of a darkness right there.
Yeah, dude, it's a nice touch, a nice detail. This place is kind of flat, you know? It's supposed to have buildings and restaurants and boat rentals and random stuff like that, and railings, of course. So we need to get building. But the only problem is that we have like 0 wood now. We have no more spruce. We have no more tree farm because we destroyed that to, you know, build all this other pretty stuff. So we need to go out and get some materials. Hey man, where'd you put all that leaf litter?
Huh? Dude, you told me I could use all of it, so I did.
All?
I mean, it was only 7 stacks. It gets used up so fast.
I don't want to go far to get it. Let's please just smelt some leaves so we can keep the building momentum going.
Smelt leaves? Waste of a precious resource.
That's valid.
Okay, I got an idea. While we're out in new chunks, we need dogs. Oh, more wood. More importantly, dogs. Let's take a boat, or else it'd be impossible to bring them home, you know?
Man, what boat? I don't think those things can move.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, I don't know where we're supposed to get boats we can actually drive.
Alright, like I said earlier, we did need to get some materials to build the place that we needed to build so we can build the boats to go get the dogs. What a mouthful. But if you are enjoying the video, consider liking or even subscribing because it helps us out a lot. You know, this video is taking a little bit longer to get out because, you know, I was dealing with the bean POV all of last week and we had so many audio issues because we got 2 mics now. And yes, I did just build that farm twice. I'm not a redstoner. Let's get to building.
Check this out. We got the dogs. We got the brand new dogs. I'm so excited about the dogs, dude.
Let the dogs out.
Oh. So not only do we need the dogs because we love the dogs, right? Right? We love the dogs.
Yeah, I love the dogs. Look, you got the jungle dog, and you got the brown dog, and you got the forest dog. You got all the
Yeah, it's
dogs.
so chill. We need the dogs because we like the dogs, but we also need the shopped dog.
Look, this one already went in here, dude. Look.
Oh, meant to be there.
Uh,
Oh, I gotta get it in there. Okay, so when I was actually building this house or this building, this interior, I was like, oh, dude, they totally have a shop dog. So now officially, they have a shop dog. Another building that I think needs the dogs is over here at the general store, dude. This place would totally have a dog, but not like the indoor dog. Like they got an outdoor dog that like hangs around the shop and like the owner has it and like gives it food and but it like doesn't really come inside. These dogs make really weird noises. Have you heard them? They don't make like the normal like dog noise. They go like I'm not gonna make it, but they make a funny sound.
yeah.
They like whine. Okay, and lastly, on the wharf, I think a dog here would be kind of cool. Kind of as like a town dog, eats the food scraps. Everyone likes it. It has like a name, but it's not really anyone's dog. So don't shove it in the corner.
As far as the dogs, we also built this place to get to the dogs, dude. The boathouse, or yeah. It's a boathouse. If we come over here, run way over. Look, dude, there's we have to go through here as well to see it. But look, dude, we even got a little sign.
Boat.
It'll only make sense to build like a Minecraft place where you can go get boats because these boats they're built out of blocks so they can't move. Just from the exterior here, it's pretty sweet. We made a little bit of altercation to the wharf itself, a little more stone to make it maybe looks like it's gonna get a little more supported. I don't know. And we got the shutters going on, and then we got like I like this a lot. We got this like 1, 2, 3 chains, and it's like these like I don't even know holders. And then we put 2 boats together, and it looks like slightly bigger, just because like the normal Minecraft boats are a little small. And then also, I'll show you guys during the night, but we got this incandescent light right here, and that is super sweet during the light. Lots of forced lighting going on. And then we also got this like pulley to lower the boats into the water. Just like a little mechanism, and it's got the seaweed hanging off, so it looks cool. Coming up here, Bean, this is like this thing is so sweet.
Yeah, dude. I've been on such a kick with the graphics and I have such a fun time making it. I love working at this like smaller scale to kind of like create the shape, but like even though it's not super definitive, it's like you can definitely tell because there's just enough shape to tell what it is. And I made this kind of fishing boat. And if you look at it and then you look at this boat over here, kind of got a similar resemblance, with the thing here and the chains, It's at a really small scale, but I could see it.
Yeah, dude, this thing is super sweet. And wait, it's turning
Uh-oh.
dark, but before like we go over there and look at that, we also did the front here. You're not gonna be able to like stand back here and see it because there's gonna be buildings here eventually. But we also got maybe a little bulletin board, a small little gumball machine maybe, with the trapdoor in the ground to give it like that base. And then we also got like a little bench and some window action, just nothing too special. And then we also got the interior over here, which we have not completely completed yet. We have to like add the boats and stuff. But I think it actually looks kind of sick right now. You have like the empty shelves and stuff. Pretty cool. We got the mechanism because that's always fun. And then if we come around here, we got the door to your little boat lift. And if we come around the back, we got this workshop area that being cooked up.
Yeah, dude, I was thinking maybe they make the boats in here. So we have the table saw. It was kind of hard to get this like saw in here, so it's all sticky uppy and really scary looking. And they're cutting the acacia because maybe they're gonna make an acacia boat. You got the shrapnel on the ground, and here's a little other boat hanging on the wall. Maybe they really like this one. I just thought it was a fun touch to have like you could have a custom boat made here.
Yeah, dude, that's a pretty cool idea. And then you got like the stacks of wood here as well. All the different variations. And the tool.
I like the tool array. Oh, I actually brought something to put in one of the empty. Oh,
We also have the lights in here, but let's go check out what the one on the outside looks like. I think it looks so cool. Come back here, lie down the little embankment. Like, oh, dude, look at that. That is so sweet. It's just like lighting up the boats a little bit. You got the candle. I might actually delete that thing. It's kind of taken away from the light.
what if it was just 2 candle instead of 4?
That's a good idea.
Let me. Oh, here, wait. Remove. I have flint and steel.
That is it. You have to do the parkour to get over there.
No.
Oh. Yeah, that is much better. That's really nice.
Oh, that's nice. I like that the light illuminates the colorful aspect of the building because the building's pretty like brown and the wharf is brown, but then there's like just a little pop of color and it's lit up. Looks nice.
You'll also make the observation that there is no other buildings on here, so we have to do that, because it's looking a little unbalanced, if you will. So yeah, let's go get started with that. Oh my gosh, the wharf is complete. Well, it's not actually complete. It's like 75% done. We did build 3 buildings on it. We already covered the brown one. And before we cover the brand new blue and yellow one, I kind of want to go over like a small little thing that, we've been like kind of doing with this whole area that I haven't really touched on yet. Pretty much, this area is meant to be, viewed from within. You have some pretty nice views looking outwards, but like the desert, you're kind of meant to walk around in it, and it's supposed to be super immersive for the player and stuff. And we've been working on that. We've added so many different ways to get around this place, and I just like kind of want to show you guys a few of them. So you can either just walk down the wharf here, and you get a nice view of this. You're getting closer to it, you get this big old leaning incense cedar, and that's super nice. You could also, go around left behind the ice house, and boom, the ocean is just completely gone. And you can either, keep going that way, or you can go up here and you get a nice view of the general store, just like in between these 2 little paths of trees, and it frames it really, really nicely. And I like that, the second you just go off the beaten path, you're just in a whole nother, area. I really like that feeling. But you could keep following the trail this way, and this will take you down, and I use some foliage here to just kind of guide the player down and right onto the wharf. And that's like a cool little thing.
I love how realistic it is that you have so many different ways to get around, just like in real life. There isn't just one way to get to a building. There's like 20, and you can just go whichever way you want. I also really like that you're really guided by the foliage. There's not really a super definitive pathway. We have the soul sand with and the podzol, but like it's not super definitive, and it's mostly guided by like foliage, and it looks like human made trails. Like you've been walking here so much that the foliage can't grow.
Kind of what I was going for. Like this little patch of foliage here. You can, walk this way, or you can walk that way. It's just like, it's very human. I think it's a cool detail. And then another example is if you come down here, walk through here, you get a nice view of here. You get a nice view of the silo. You get a nice view of this boat, and you're like covered. You got like shade of the cedar and stuff, and you get a nice view of the blue house and the boathouse. Pretty cool stuff. Just like a small detail I wanted to show you guys. Yes, let's actually talk about these 2 buildings now. We got a yellow one, the crab shack, and we got the blue one, the info shack.
maybe like info center, permit office, about the area, that kind of building.
I built the blue one, and Bean built the yellow one, and the yellow one is so sick. I like the yellow one a lot. Blue, as many of you know, is kind of a difficult color to work with in Minecraft, and as far as the block palette goes, we're using some lapis, kind of sticking with that white, siding look. And I think it turned out pretty well. The shape was a little hard because we're limited by this little area here, but I think the shape turned out quite nicely. And I was trying to like come up with a reason to what this building is, and the reason I came up with is kind of like a little permit office. Come in here, you can look at some maps, see what the conditions are like outside. Maybe you can buy some gear or something. Got some pictures up of maybe, I don't know, boats or something. That's like the imagination, and maybe like the sea monster, the Hydra. I don't really know. Maybe got like a sextant in
Oh,
here to measure. I don't even know. But yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. If we pop into free cam real quick, up here you have maybe like a weather vane and some tools to see how hot and cold and that kind of stuff. It's a relatively simple build. The blue is really difficult. We do have an upstairs, I guess. It's a little empty right now. Didn't really know what to put up here. And we do got like a little. I did do this. We have like cauldron up here, and it's just like maybe how much rainfall you're getting per week.
dude, we both had difficult color palettes, the blue and the yellow. The yellow is so hard to work with for some reason. It's like either this like really stinky looking dark yellow of like the terracotta, or like this like really pale of the birch. And then there's this extremely vibrant bamboo. But I wanted to create some sort of gradient, or else it would look bad. And I didn't want it to be the same as the other building over here with just the birch and like the, what are these called, the mushrooms. So I went ahead and I messed around, and I noticed that the hay bales are pretty yellow, and I think it works pretty good. I don't know, especially with the signs. Like, I was kind of pleased with this discovery. What do you think?
Yeah, I dig it. It's like definitely looks weathered, which I think is what we're going on. Like what we're going for. I mean, it's on the ocean, so it's constantly being battered by like the waves and the sea and the salt and the humid air. So like, when you build like a boat or a building on the ocean, it's constantly breaking. That's like kind of the idea between like this building, I think, is what you were going for. Is like it's just you put paint on it, and within 5 years the paint's gone.
Yeah, and then that definitely reflects with the roof. The roof has a lot of rusting going on. Actually, heavily inspired by the reference picture that's up here right now. I was so dead set on the yellow because the reference picture had this like ketchup and mustard kind of look going on. So I was like, hey man, that's pretty cool. I really want to try to do that. If we take a look inside, I'm really excited about the interior of here. Like, I've worked at a fair share of food service jobs and definitely took a lot of inspiration from that. I wanted to make this interior very realistic and cohesive. So if you're over here, you get the register with like the line, and then we have like where they're cooking. We got like the white cutting boards because those are always there, and like the grills. And then over here, I wanted to do some sort of fryer situation. I really wish we could put potions in here, like in bedrock, but we can't. I think yellow would look really nice, but can't do that. It's so sad. And then over here, we would have like where they would call out your order. We have like a little microphone, and then I made this little staging area right here so you can like get the food together. So maybe these are like bags, and maybe some storage of extra bags, maybe salt and pepper. I don't really know. Then right here, this place just seemed like it would need an ice cream machine. So I tried my best to make an ice cream machine. I think it kind of works. You have like the little like indentation where you put the cup, and like this is like the lever. I don't know. Yeah,
It
pretty
totally
sick.
works.
I mean, like this interior was difficult. It's teeny tiny in here, so I'm pretty psyched with like all the detail packed into this such a small area.
It's
We can go
really
upstairs,
good.
but it's really sad up here, so we don't need to look at it anymore.
I love how like the player can just like run around in here. Like there's like a little area, and it's like you're handing the orders back to the cook, and it's so sweet. Yeah.
One last thing. We go into free cam. Check this out. We got the crab for the crab shack. Dude, I'm just like, I'm on such a roll right now with making these little graphics, and this one has got to be my favorite. With the little wither skeletons as the eyeballs, it just makes it really cute. Like, oh, this just turned out so great. And it looks so great when you're over here. You can just see the crab a little bit. It really translates well, even when you're far away and you can't see the eyeballs.
All right, whoa. It's daytime, and we're way over here. I just wanted to show you guys kind of how it looks like just from the banks of this place. We really gotta do something about this area. Maybe we'll do that next episode. Check that out. The wharf is, it really kind of completes this area, well, at least this part of the area. We still have to expand upwards and build trees and more houses and stuff, because having all the houses on one flat line, not a good idea. That is pretty much the end of the video. If you enjoyed the Bean POV, consider liking and subscribing. And if you really liked us and you want this world for your own, the Patreon is down in the description. Cue the outro.
Hey, you made it to the outro. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Let's take a look at some builds made by our very talented Discord members. If you're interested in joining our Discord and having a chance to get your build featured at the end of the next video, the link is in the description. We're super active on the Discord and we want to get to know you. Our Discord is also a great place to get feedback on your builds, ask for ideas, share reference pictures, and hang out. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, again, link is in the description.
If you liked what you saw in this vid, like and subscribe. It really helps us out. We are now switching to Patreon memberships instead of channel memberships. If you're already a channel member, no worries. Patreon memberships will be getting all the same benefits as you. Patreon allows us to streamline the membership process on our end and on your end, so we appreciate it. Speaking of memberships, becoming a Patreon member gains you access to the world download and other perks. Thanks for watching. We appreciate all of you.
Goodbye, Internet.